Good.
Admit everybody, do you have to do that, or is that happen automatically?
You can admit.
Admit?
Waiting room, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Voila. Okay.
Oh, yeah, waiting room.
Do I have to admit them?
Yep. In person now. Oh. Two people.
You have to put use. Yep, another one.
Yeah, there's more. And so
You
if
can
you
just
go down
hit
to
over
the
here.
participants on the bottom,
Okay.
yep. And then it will show you who's on. So it looks like everybody's in.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. All right, well, I'll call this planning board meeting to order. Welcome, everyone. There he is. Ken, are you our rep? We were asking who the selectman rep was gonna be. Is it gonna be you? Oh, okay, so we'll go without tonight. Yep. Well, I wanted to welcome the new members, Randy Martin and Kent Perry. Welcome to the board, Randy. Welcome back to the board.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we do have a quorum. Okay. The agenda. So the first order of business will be draft minutes from March 3rd. So, so actually, Christine.
Yeah.
Unless I can't tell if that's Matt out there. I would say I just would appoint you tonight as a voting member.
You have to first appoint me as an alternate.
Oh, you're right. That little technicality. I second that. All those in favor of appointing Christine as an alternate to the planning board, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, so now I appoint you as a voting member for this evening's meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. And even if Matt shows up, it's still okay because we don't have the select board.
Yep.
All right, so the draft minutes. Anybody have anything?
I did actually.
Okay.
Last sentence. It's just a clarification where it said this will be done in conjunction with this, or maybe just add 2026.
Mhm.
Is it something that's carrying over? And yeah. Anything that we've talked with will be presented to others. Okay.
Yes. All right.
Do we want to include that, all of that, or just say 2026?
Yeah, we just hopefully just review the minutes per Christine's request to be an alternate, we appointed her an alternate. So. You want to
Alternate that's gonna be here in a meeting.
I am very clear in my letter that I have limited availability. That's
every meeting.
you know,
Yeah. All right, so I'll accept the motion to accept the minutes as amended.
Make that motion to approve the minutes as amended.
Jim, okay, Jim seconds. So I vote yes.
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 Minutes are approved. Okay, invitation for public comment other than the public hearing for David Corliss. Okay. Thanks, 7:05. All right, I'm gonna call the public hearing for the application for the lot line adjustment for lots 9B22 and 22-2 for David Corliss. I'm gonna call that hearing to order right now. All right, so Chelsea Roberge is here from Fieldstone, and she's going to give us the presentation. Everybody okay with that?
Admit all on the top right.
Sarah.
Yep, she's in.
All right.
My name is Chelsea Rovers. I work with Fieldstone Land Consultants. I'm here tonight to present a lot line division between lots 9B22 right here and 9B22-2 on behalf of my client, David Corliss. Both parcels are located within the rural residential agricultural district. We are transferring parcel A here in purple, about 8/10 of an acre from lot 9B22 to 9B22-2. Parcel A doesn't have any frontage on Webster Highway, so the frontage for both lots will remain the same. The resulting acreage for 9B22-2 will be 17.2 acres, and the resulting acreage for 9B22-22 will be 5.2 acres, exceeding the minimum lot acreage for the zoning. This is a relatively straightforward application. This property has been subdivided before, and my client's just looking to make this buildable space bigger. I can take any questions you guys might have.
Well, so do we have any other questions?
I don't think we did. I reviewed the checklist
Mhm.
and everything on the checklist that we require is there. I did do a little research of the right of way that was mentioned in the deeds, and it's not actually on this property. It's on an adjacent property that used to be part of this as a bigger.
Concordia property.
Yep. We have all the other permits, the wetlands permit. So they referenced a copy of that. So I would say that the application is complete.
And the driveway's already in and all that too, right?
Right.
House is almost done, yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, the house is built pretty much right on the 35-foot setback. So this is gonna just give setback a significant, more significant buffer. And it's gonna help to displace some of the current use land as well, so adding on to the current lot, or the building lot that's in current use. It's gonna help replace some of that with the house taking it up. But more importantly, I wanted a bigger buffer between me and the other house. I didn't want them to cut down the trees. So I'm looking in their windows and everything you want.
Privacy. So I guess the first thing to do would be to vote on, to accept the application as complete.
Yeah.
So I make that motion to accept this application as complete.
I'll second.
So I guess, well, yeah, how do you
Yes.
vote? Yes, Randy? I vote yes.
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 Yes. All right, accept the application is complete. So now we,
Think they have checks and stuff?
yes, so thank you, Russ, for
Yes.
doing that. So 2 Mylars and 2 paper size, full-size copies is what we request. And Chelsea, I'm assuming you have the checks for the town of Temple and for the Hillsborough County Registry of Deeds, and then 1 for the L-chip.
Yep.
Yep, 3 checks, yep.
I have the other one right here. So
And you have the
the application fee right here.
application. Okay. Yep. So now do we have to have these signed by? Yeah,
If there was an original subdivision where they did the test pits, then that should.
it must have already been signed before you
Yeah, this is just a
applied for
lot line
building permit,
adjustments.
right? Yeah. So it
It's
doesn't,
already a buildable lot.
yeah, already, so we don't need,
Septic design.
Yeah.
So. It's all,
Yeah.
it's all, it's, yeah,
Yeah.
it's all the same, yeah.
Yes.
You guys, so we have two Mylars, that's important. Okay. One stamped by Chris Gida. Wetlands certification sign.
Nice thing. This site actually.
I'll just.
We'll see. I thought that Roy was gonna see, who's gonna be chair and secretary. We're gonna vote on that, but, so. That's right. All right, so do we need to vote?
You need a motion to
Motion.
approve?
I'll make that motion to approve the boundary line adjustment as presented.
Okay,
Yes.
I go yes.
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 Okay. Approved. Was easy?
Easy.
Yeah. It don't get much easier than that.
Easy button.
Get a notice of decision. Send it in paper. So you have the time. And so who should should we send it to you or the notice, like, I don't know if we have your email, if you want to.
What's the
It's a
notification?
notice of decision. It's an official approval letter.
Yeah, you can send it
Yeah.
to me and I'll just
Yeah,
forward it on
that's
to you.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
okay. Did you have that email, right?
Yes.
Yes.
How long does it take you to sell with the state, or register with the state?
With the registry deeds. It depends on how quickly we can get it over there. And it's usually a couple days after that.
Okay, so it's a couple weeks.
No. I don't know who's able to go.
Yeah.
We all have to get signatures first. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe a week and a half.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, it should do that long.
should be. Okay, good, well, thank you.
Should be helpful when you're doing, notice of decision. You'll have some, I'll send you one.
I don't.
The decision it asks for all the dates where we've made decisions and, you know.
Oh, I
there won't
agree,
be
yeah,
very
yeah,
many.
Carter used to do that.
No. There's a template on the.
Oh, Kathy.
Right.
Get in, you know what the password is?
Yeah.
To get in? For Wi-Fi for here?
It's on the wall behind Kathy.
Oh, we can't even Wi-Fi.
I'm thinking, no. So I was just saying that the template for the notice of decision and for the findings of facts, which is in the planning board Dropbox, where planning board procedures, I think is that folder, where all the templates. You just have to plug in the dates. And there's one of those there as well, just a blank one.
Yeah.
That gets
And I-
mailed to the, sorry, it gets mailed to the butters as well as?
No,
Okay.
just the applicant
Just-
and the surveyor, so two.
All right, so, moving forward now, I know we have the agenda, but I'm gonna jump ahead on the agenda to new board members and alternates. So once again, welcome to the planning board. No, I guess we'll wait to see at the next meeting where select board reps gonna be.
Yes.
I mean, I can't tell you because we haven't had a meeting.
You have to meet, next
We
Tuesday
have
and
to-
vote.
We meet next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
So, Christine, had stepped down, but now we've just appointed her as an alternate member. We also have Murray Collette as an alternate member. I would like to step down as chair. I wouldn't mind being a vice chair for somebody. I know that Russ is a busy guy, but I think Russ would be the perfect guy for chair, and I would gladly nominate you. And if somebody else wanted to be vice as well, that would be fine, but I would take vice, because I know he does, sometimes you can't be here.
Well, that would be the only reason I would probably say no, because a lot of other towns meet on Tuesday night, so if I had, I would be like. The only one that knows how to do is tonight. So, I'll do it. Yes.
You will.
You'll try.
Okay. All right, is there anybody else that would like to do vice chair? Would you do it, Jim?
I'm fine, either way.
You would
If
do
you
it?
wanna do it, go ahead.
I mean, I don't mind stepping down, I'd just be a worker bee. Yeah, you can. So, well, I guess we'll take them one at a time. So I nominated, Russ, is there anybody else with second, anybody else? Want to be chair or have a nomination? All right, well, then, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes for Russ.
I feel like I'm on Survivor.
Yeah.
I got blindsided.
Jim? Yeah. You gonna vote for?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes, yes, okay, all right, so,
You want to hear the beep, 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 wink.
So I'll also nominate, Jim Maderis as vice chair.
It's a gift for our new chair.
Second, nice.
Okay, how do you vote?
Yes.
Yes.
I vote yes.
Hammer.
It was given to me when I became chair.
Yes.
and
How do you vote for Russ? You vote, for Jim, yes?
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, well, there you go.
now we need a secretary.
Yeah, and now, yes, and the secretary, so who, so the secretary, not gonna do that, but, I would say the person that does it, I mean, the duties you just were secretaries. Matt, would you consider being secretary? No,
I'm heavily involved in two other.
okay. Yeah. I mean, what are the tasks of the secretary literally on the board, just signing the bylaws, right?
Yes, and if I can't make it to a meeting,
You usually here.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually traveling in April for the second meeting, but I'll just come in by Zoom and.
Take minutes that way. Yeah, so I don't know, Randy, would you consider it secretary? Yeah, it's really, Yeah.
And I think we also have Carter like proofreading the minutes sometimes before you submitted them or sent them out to members. Sometimes that's helpful if there's questions.
Make a motion for the secretary.
yeah, there you go, all right. All right, I vote yes. Yes?
Yes.
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 Okay, okay, Mr. Secretary, so technically these bylaws are now gonna be signed tonight by, Russ and Randy. And, it's up to you, you want me to finish running this meeting?
Finish the meeting.
Okay, finish this meeting.
We move the papers.
Yep. Oh,
I don't know if it's objecting, but.
Yep.
it's be a good idea.
okay, I do have a Sharpie with me in my bag, so
Oh,
we're signing that later,
yeah.
yep. All right, good, well, then I will, finish this meeting and, and then, you know, if, I guess we just do it as a team, that's how we've been doing it anyway, so if you can't make it, and, you know, I can help Jim, you know, we all help each other, so. Good. All right, so Good Food Farm, Andrew Johnson, reached out to us, and he has decided to, live in Mason for the year. He's gonna farm, in Temple, but he is going to, so he basically, in the email said that you won't need us for this year.
Yep.
So the wrap up letter, Sarah, how are you? Is she muted?
Hi there. Good. How are you guys? Congratulations. Everything passed.
Yes, yes, yes.
I
thank you.
should take a hand and do this.
Yeah,
Because-
it's, Yeah, surprising that even the overlay passed, so that was, so I don't know, I forwarded both you tonight, but you probably didn't get it in time, but basically this is just, you can read it when you're. It was, Sarah, it's basically the background and project history, it's a summary of everything. Sarah, did you want to speak to the, summary?
I guess I could quickly. I mean, it's mostly meant to be sort of a time capsule of the work that was accomplished with this funding, so that, folks can, if they want a summary of all the work that we did this year, they can see all the steps we went to if people are questioning these decisions down the road and just really want to briefly see everything that we did in this project. The only thing that I would bring your attention to are the next steps. And the only thing that you have to do next is, of course, adopt the new language into your actual zoning ordinance and then post that for the public. But another thing that you can kind of keep in mind is in the course of other work that I've been doing, I noticed that the Greenfield water system, Greenville serves your school. And correct me if I'm wrong in interpreting the water maps, but if it doesn't serve your school, it's coming right up to your town line there. And there's an opportunity there to do a little bit of digging with the town of Greenville to see if they have capacity to expand that water system into Temple a little bit further. If you should decide to develop housing in the workforce housing overlay district, because that would definitely change the conversation a little bit if you put out an RFP or something like that.
Interesting. Didn't even give that a thought.
That would be water only though, so there's no sewer, so
Just be water.
just water, so you can still need sewage capability for that, so.
Right.
Yeah, you definitely still need septic, because I believe it's only a water line that goes out that far. But if you don't have to take care of both sides of it, if you're developing several housing units, it's a lower bar potentially, but not knowing the expense or if Greenville actually has capacity to add, more connections on in Temple, that's a question that it would make sense if you guys decide you want to put out an RFP to just get a little bit of background information beforehand that you could include in that.
Yeah, interesting. There's not many people left alive that remember when that reservoir was built. I don't know if, maybe it was,
We redid the building.
yeah,
With
but
planning board, but that was the old building.
the actual reservoir, when they built the Corps of Engineers came and built the dam and they flooded it.
60s,
It was, yeah,
60s.
yeah, built the town I was born. Maybe
How that happened.
on Temple, our land. Just, yeah, so there was a deal made. And I just don't know, we have to look back in the archives at the town
I'm not
office.
sure where the benefit was.
Where the benefit was at the time, right? I know.
So Greenville gets their water from the reservoir.
It's on Temple land.
It doesn't do anything for us.
It's 60 years or plus.
Yeah, fish it, can't.
You're going high ground.
There has to obviously be a file somewhere that speaks to it. It's self
Positive. Was there a limitation? Was it forever? As far as I know.
Sarah, thank you for pointing that out, for sure. Was there anything else, Sarah?
Nope, just that I will be sending Christine the final narratives for the bi-monthly report. It's due the beginning of April, and I'll just continue coordinating with Christine on that. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you were going to try to take off your hop hat now that you're an alternate.
And the outstanding invoices as well.
Yes, Becky's working on those, and so we should have that wrapped up
Great.
by the beginning of April, I would expect.
Okay. Yep.
Well written. Thank you so much, Sarah, for everything, and we're glad everything passed, and it was a lot of hard work.
I did have one other question. We did a lot of work on the site plan regs with Sarah around the stormwater and that kind of stuff, but that won't apply to PRDs because our PRDs look to the subdivision regulations. So my question is, should we be looking at that in our subdivision regulations as well?
Is that a question for me? I can't tell.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, it is.
I think that would certainly be reasonable. Because if you are going to be looking at the smaller lot sizes within a PRD, then you definitely are going to want to pay attention to stormwater
Right.
differently than you would in a traditional subdivision in a community with such large minimum lot sizes. The other thing I would say to that is you don't exactly have a gray area, but we talked about this previously about whether or not site plan review would apply to 3-unit buildings if anybody developed a triplex within the PRD. And the guidance from the state is a little bit, I don't want to say it's a little bit open-ended because you definitely can apply your site plan regulations to any multifamily property, which would be 3 units or more. But there's enough wiggle room on the 3 units that if you chose not to, you don't have to if you wanted to make development a little bit easier. So if you wind up with any higher density, such as a 3-unit or a workforce housing 5-unit, the 5-unit definitely would be subject to the site plan review regulations in addition to your subdivision regulations if it's in a PRD, which it would have to be unless it is one building containing 5 units in the workforce housing overlay. I'm sorry, have I confused you guys yet?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I just wanted to make sure we didn't miss something and, but I don't want to make it harder for people. But I do want to make sure we're consistent in our review of the stormwater issues and.
Yeah, I think you could just add a clause to the subdivision regulations that indicates if the subdivision is going to be a PRD and the new lots will be less than a certain land area, then it is subject to the stormwater regulations of site plan review.
Yeah, I guess that was my question is like, what would be the criteria when that would kick in?
Well, the other thing that you could consider, even if somebody was putting in a PRD with 1-acre lots, the real concern would be with the road. And so it might be more prudent to just update your road regulations. And I feel like that's a topic you guys kind of, I don't know, talked around a little bit, but it seems like I can't remember what's in your subdivision regulations regarding the roads, but I feel like your driveway and road regulations are maybe separate from your subdivision regulations.
Yeah, we pulled them out last year.
Yeah, and the drainage issues are going to more likely fall within driveway and road regulations unless you're dealing with multifamily housing, because single family housing, you're not going to have parking lots, you're going to have roads and driveways. And so that's really where you would be concerned. So maybe you don't need to address it in the subdivision regulations.
Okay.
However, some communities have their road regs in their subdivision regulations.
Ours are independent,
They are,
our road regs,
yeah,
yeah. And the driveway regs are.
yeah.
Yeah.
Food for thought, I guess.
So as far as the next steps, Sarah, so Christine, how do we typically how does that work with Carol in the office with all the past, the new, everything that passed in the voting booth? How do we get that into the zoning?
Well, last year, I think Russ, I think I copied and pasted and then Russ finessed it to make sure all the links worked. Is that how we do remember?
Yep.
So I can,
And all that stuff.
yeah, I was gonna say I could do that, but I'm gonna be away for 2 weeks, so it's probably gonna be not me.
Basically, all of this has to get
Not that, the actual language.
the actual language.
Yeah, that's the summary
Is
version.
just summarized. Okay.
So I can send you the actual language.
If you want to send me that, just 'cause I
It's
don't-
all on our website,
Yeah.
actually, on the
What is it
planning
in
board.
Word?
It's in a PDF on the website.
Then it's better.
Okay, so I'll send you the Word versions.
Yeah.
Which may actually be in our Dropbox, but I'm not 100% sure.
Where are we gonna put solar?
That we put that as the last, as a new section or a new article.
Okay,
I think that says that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that'll be at the end.
Yeah.
And
Article 14.
yeah, and so the planning board has the authority to reorganize the regs if you want to, as long as none of the content changes. It's just a formatting thing.
Started working on one that
Yeah,
rearranged some of the sections to put similar stuff together.
Yeah, like where was so, which was so
Next to, I think, was that like a wind,
Yeah, we
There
did,
is,
we had large wind, and we did,
all that kind of stuff. So
that makes sense.
Energy stuff together.
yeah.
Put together, I agree.
Yeah.
So I'll leave that up to you, but yeah, I can give you the Word versions for the most recent
Okay.
changes that were approved by voters, and then you can take it from there.
Well, thank you, Sarah.
Yes, thank you very, very much. Been a pleasure working.
Welcome. It has been a pleasure working with you guys as well. So I look forward to the next project that I get to work on with Temple.
Great, yes, we do too, thank you.
Yes.
Yep, you've been awesome. All right, well, you can hang out and listen to us, or you can go on your way, but thank you again.
Bye, folks.
Bye.
Take care.
I know. it's like-
Sure, you got the idea.
Yeah, all right, so, let's see, next would be tax map updates.
Yep, and I asked for that to be added, because that also needs to be done. We need to send the list to CAI to update the tax maps with the changes, and the list is in the Dropbox as well. We had the Haley and Jack Beal minor subdivision, Randy's lot line adjustment, and then his PRD. And then Bonch Snyder, and that one came in, it seems like ages ago, but that was actually the beginning of last year, so that didn't make it into the last round. And then there's a few corrections, and I think, Matt, you said you had some, so I don't know what else needs to be added here, but there's the Zajac and Sugar Maple properties, and that's just a labeling problem. They just put the wrong label on each parcel, so that should be an easy fix. Then there's the other one that I think you brought, the
Yeah.
Leighton Lane. That's Four Winds and Beal / Guy, although I guess it's a new owner now, but at the time I did the spreadsheet, it was still them, so. And then the last one was, the Cullinans brought something up. Their deed is showing, the, footage is 726 feet with their abutter. But there was a more recent survey done by the abutter that shows that it was 712.35. So somebody probably just needs to double check and make sure that my research is correct and let the Cullinans know what the correct footage is.
In a case like that, you might, if their deed says 7 something and
Yeah.
they have a survey, I think either side of the line, you put what their stuff says, because unless it's been,
Okay,
they, their deed says one thing, so you can't just change their deed, just.
right. Well, that's was my question. So I didn't know how that was handled, so I wanted to pass it on. I think that's where the discrepancy is, and
It's probably in the deed.
yeah. So the list is online, or I can give you this teeny tiny writing version.
Is Corliss on that list?
Corliss is not on that list. That
It did
usually,
change.
it
lot
did change. It will depend on the budget, though. Usually we wait because it's in the new year. We submit for an estimate of what it's gonna cost to do updates.
Okay.
And if it keeps us in the estimate and we don't go over budget.
Mhm.
But if it puts us over budget, it would be next year. So, yeah, you can add Corliss and see what they
Say check.
want to charge us.
So as far as the new members,
Yes.
we had Russ was nice enough to give us a little
Tutorial.
tutorial
That was
on,
a map demonstration.
on a map district, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The abbreviation you just said, were you sending this to?
CAI.
What's that stand for?
No idea.
I don't know.
Is it
Their company
someone
name.
explaining it to the- where-
Yeah, it's a
that-
professional that service that updates our
that
tax
makes the
maps.
map correct.
Yeah, and
Yes.
they cover like most of New England. All
Yeah.
They were the ones that, a year ago town meeting, we voted to.
Yeah.
I think we have a reoccurring cost of what, how much a year is it? 3,000?
That's-
3,000 a year subscription.
Subscription.
And then I think we voted up to 2,500 for an update for this kind of
For each one or just for the year?
For the year.
for the year.
So we usually
Actually,
look
for
at,
2 years, right?
we look at what we have in the fall and then we tell them what we think we'll have if we know there's more coming, and then they give us an estimate so we can budget.
Bucket of changes.
No, but I think we did over budget because we expected some corrections, so,
Some of those changes, though, like the one for Leighton Lane, which is a problem with their software.
yeah,
They
that's
shouldn't
true.
be charging us for that.
That's true,
You know, for new subdivisions and what we're doing, yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
But if it's things that are incorrect with the system they built, well, that seems to me it's on them.
That's
I
true.
would
That labeling
agree.
thing
I
is
would
their
agree.
problem
Yeah,
too,
so
not
any
ours.
mistakes that are there, we
Yeah.
can cover.
Yeah.
For inquiring minds, it's Cartography Associates Incorporated.
Thanks.
Founded in 1980.
And also CAI Technologies is the name.
Yeah. But if you go on the town site.
Yeah.
You can
Go to the tax.
go to the tax maps and click right on and,
Just trying to get into this game.
yeah, you could spend you could spend days.
What he showed.
You know,
was
looking at-
fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes you-
I love that site.
Yeah, maybe, well, you'll be calling the shots, but maybe if we have some slow time
Do another one.
this year, could do another session where we all have our laptops and meet.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Why don't we open it to the public?
you have it out in the big room and open it to the public and let you, yeah, I mean,
Good idea.
yeah, set up tables so people can bring their laptops and. I mean.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
Put it on the next screen.
I'm familiar with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you probably use it as much as I do. Yeah.
okay. All right, is that it for the tax maps updates?
Yeah.
So remodel permit. We had a request from I guess it came from the select board.
We talked about this at our last meeting too, didn't we?
We did.
And that was just something to work with the select board on, so,
Yeah, just something to have on the agenda for this year.
yep. I guess.
We did actually,
Ken.
Ken-
The select board rep is then,
Well, Ken, you were here, you were talking about it.
Yes,
How I think it was Temple Cabins down there with the mechanicals was kind of.
yes. And-
Alerted you.
and When they bought it, they updated a lot of things. And left a lot of things. When you go into some place and update, you have to meet code. I mean, it's a simple, safety regulation from the state aspect of it, because we're not doing that and we're not keeping people safe. And that's the big thing, is you're able to do that now. How do I know if you only put one source of electricity in your house? I don't, because nobody comes in to check it.
Yeah.
How do I know you didn't take out a structural wall? And not put in the right size beam and, you know, the other stuff that goes with all of that? We don't know, because it's inside your house, there is no permit for it. We do require, and a lot of, the oil companies and propane companies require them to get a permit for furnace changes, pipe changes, that kind of thing. So that is being done under mechanical right now, but nothing else is. So you can go in and you can change all your plumbing in your house, doesn't have to meet code. Who's ever gonna know until the next poor person has to do it? And then your structural needs and then your electrical needs are all there, and we're really lacking in that because we have nothing to check on.
Yeah, so it'll be further down the road for us as a board to talk to, well, if you're the rep or whoever, with the select board, to come up with something. Yeah, so I guess.
Yeah, to put it into place, because we
Yeah.
really should have it as a community, a thing
Mhm.
for just general safety all the way around.
I get the safety part, I guess. I mean, maybe it's premature to really get into it and dive deep right now, but I would say things like replacement windows or new vinyl siding or new roof. I don't,
No.
we're not talking
We
about
don't- We
that.
don't care about that.
Yeah, because some towns do. Some towns you can't
No, we
change a window.
don't-
Yeah.
That's not an issue that we want to tackle.
Yeah,
We just want to make sure that if any structural work is done inside and we can't see it, that we get to invite it in.
Yeah.
And have a permit so we can see it.
or
Make
heating or
sure-
electrical. Yeah,
Make sure they sign off on it, make sure the heating and electrical is right.
yeah, right.
They want us to go.
Not a lot of people understand the concept of a load bearing wall.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, well, so we'll see that further down the road this year. Floodplain ordinance,
Yeah, we had talked about inviting somebody from the Office of Planning Development to come and just give an overview of what we need to be doing and sort of introduce that program. They were reluctant to commit to an evening meeting just because it's hard. They're working all day to get here in the evening, but
I remember that email.
yeah, and even when I suggested they join us remotely, I got a little pushback, so I don't know what their availability will be, but I'm happy to, well, someone could reach out to them. Trying not to volunteer to do stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
do we have that email
I can-
with that contact person?
Mhm.
Yeah.
like this is the whole email thread,
Mhm.
if you want to invite them. I had suggested a meeting in April just because I think it's going to be complicated and we're going to want to really be careful and
Yeah, so they would like to meet during the day is what it sounds like.
that's, yeah. And so if they can't come at night, if there's a couple of people that want to talk with them during the day,
Yeah.
that would be fine too. It's just,
But I could work my schedule with my work that I could be around in town for the middle of the day and yeah, I'm sure you could, too. Yeah,
there you go.
yeah. I mean, all of us are,
I work from home.
we all, yeah, so we probably
There
could
you
make it
go. So
work.
maybe you can do a daytime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to be the
Yes.
head person? on it? Okay.
It's just gonna say I nominate Bruce.
Yep. Gotta do something. All right, good. So there's that. Randy's project, we just have some MyLars are signed down at the office.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. The whole
Must be
dilemma,
now.
the Mylar dilemma. Yeah.
Who signs those now?
Well, I mean,
You
should it,
guys, right?
should it be Jim and I still? Because technically,
You
yeah,
guys
you and I
do.
need to sign those.
Yeah.
So we need to go down and sign them
And we
at
gotta
the office.
get Pete to go down.
And Pete too, as well? Okay, yeah.
Carol said she was gonna try and get Pete to come in. I was in there
Okay.
last week.
So they're ready to be.
And they're not going anywhere, they're staying.
I
Yeah.
believe-
Not touching it.
Yeah.
I believe Pete has been in there and signed.
And sign them? Okay, so just Jim and I have to get down there next few days, sign them. And then they stay in the file. Because the registry of deeds has all the other copies. And so that'll be off the agenda. Kathy, then we can take that off the agenda. Beal subdivision, lot labeling.
Yep, so I followed up with them, with Carol after our last meeting and told her that we did not want the applicant to have to print new plans with different labels or do anything else for that. So she said Evan changed the file, created the new lot as 2B71 and the old mother lot is now 2B71-1-1 and he will add notes to the file.
Sure.
So she's leaving it labeled as that way. And she was gonna send a revised building permit for the home on the new lot with the correct label. So that should be taken care of and off our list, and we just have to keep it on our radar for future subdivisions, that we make sure any new lots and mother lots are labeled correctly.
And we're consistent.
And we're consistent, yes.
Berry Orchard, North Road. I know that the Conservation Commission had a meeting and had them on that proposed possible subdivision on the agenda, but I don't know.
They were looking into logging the property, is that
Right, and I heard back yesterday from the state forester who said that the intent to cut has not been filed yet.
Okay.
What I'm not clear on yet is Jennifer Beck from the Local Conservation Commission emailed something about if the logging operation is in conjunction with a development, a proposed development, then the planning board can get involved in the logging operation. And I'm not clear on all the permitting. Jennifer listed a few different RSAs. She had just sent an email to Mike Madden, but she didn't send it to the whole Concom, so I wasn't sure yet about sharing it with everyone.
Okay.
But she did list a bunch of different RSAs that were related, so.
I think that is the rule then. I know I've had clients before that just went in and did everything first, and then got in trouble at planning board. Because they logged or decided to rough in a road or something before a plan was approved.
Build the road on top of it. Says,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the main concern was the potential for arsenic contamination and it's
the lead.
arsenic.
No, arsenic.
Yeah, because, anytime the soil is disturbed, which it would be if they were logging, then you could release it.
So they technically, so when they came in to meet with us, the preliminary
Yep.
consultation, is that what you would call that? Is that enough to be a binding?
It sounds like a
You know,
question for legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's, well, if you just made it, then they don't have an application in front of us.
Yeah, so if they wanted to log it, they can log it.
Right,
They don't have an application in front of us,
but once they do, they can't.
and then.
Right. I think the Concom could move forward like you
I
have,
think that they would be.
and maybe have some control over it, but, or,
Well, if they're clear.
I don't know that it's,
The problem, so because I reached out to both DES and to the foresters, and the foresters basically said there's nothing they can do to stop the logging or to make the property owner do the soil test before the logging. That is totally beyond their authority. I called DES and what they said, I also requested all the records for all of those roads. Any kind of record within the entire DES department, all the individual departments, I should say. And they had absolutely nothing in their records. Who knows what they would have found, but it was just something worth checking. Anyway, the fellow at DES said there was nothing they could do to stop it either, unless there was confirmation that the soil was indeed contaminated, then they could get involved, but they can't beforehand say, hey, you need to test. So it's,
I guess my concern is that we as a board told the surveyor that there was a high potential for contamination. If they disturb the soil and we've not put anything in writing, are we liable for that? If there's, I don't know what the legal issues would be.
We don't, there's potential, but that's just us saying, that's just a group of people saying, I think there's going to be.
Yeah.
And
We have no.
we have no proof, we have no anything. Is an interesting thing, this little map here. I downloaded, this is a DES map. This is not just, this is the Class A watershed, which is what Class A stream is, which is most of all of north of Temple. And a lot of, I can't know if that's Lineborough, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's a huge amount of acreage, kind of like an aquifer. And I tried to find regulations specific to Class A, and other than if you dump your car in there, you're gonna get it out of your big trouble, or anything with petroleum, or if you're disposing effluent, sewage effluent, or something like that into a Class A water, then you're in big trouble. But I couldn't find anything that had references to building or subdivision or setbacks or anything like that. And it sort of cross-references sometimes the RSA 483B, the Shoreline Protection Act, as far as similar things, but that doesn't apply here. So I'm not sure
it just seems like there's a lot of stuff, there's a whole village here, that Davisville, that's in this watershed, and I don't know. Other than,
If there were lots, house lots, wouldn't it be the onus on the person selling the lot to test it to prove that it's safe? No,
It's on.
so they could just sell it to somebody and then.
Actually, a potential buyer that would be subject to, I would think, that if you want to, if you're concerned, you get it tested.
and I think also the construction itself,
Yeah.
like when you're digging the foundation.
Logging is like a separate from the house part, so you just be logging. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it's,
Is there a distinction in logging between clear cutting and logging for like,
an
premium
old
wood?
orchard.
Well, the
yeah.
clear cut would be to make the lot, but a logging operation would be.
It's not. Yeah,
Selective,
selective.
yeah, selective.
Right.
So if you see where their permit is for the cut, it may be that if you do look at berries, most of that pine area is back away from the orchards in the back. It might be away from that anyways.
Yeah, it's up near the top forest where all the timber.
Yeah, it's up by the town forest, and the orchard operation wasn't up there.
What's the intent of the logging? Is it to take all the
So we need
trees
to
out?
see the intent to go first.
Yeah,
Yeah, it might be.
well, and also,
Yeah.
but if they're driving machinery through the orchard, that's the disturbing soil part.
Well, there are two parts actually, because Eric Foley came to our Concom meeting and he had already looked at the property and was figuring out. What he estimated was that there would be the landing area would be in the orchard on both lots. And so
Yeah.
they'd be bulldozing all of that soil aside, potentially cutting the orchard trees to create those, and they're gonna have to cross the stream. So they could be bringing contaminants just on the equipment tires back and forth. So it could be a real mess if there really are contaminants in that soil and that's heading into, Wilton's drinking water back at Reservoir. So
Is there any precedent in Hollis? Because I know they
Hollis
had
just
a
got through
lot
doing
of.
They just got through doing
Over by Silver Lake, right?
it. Yeah,
Mhm.
I wonder-
Putting in a subdivision in
right in the orchard.
the orchard.
Yeah.
Wilton is the same.
Took them years to get those
Pete Hill
trees out.
Road, Pete Hill Road and Wilton is the same thing, it's all out.
But they had.
It's all residential now.
Would it be worth talking to Alex McMartin? He's on planning board in Wilton. He's been there on planning board for 30 years.
Yeah.
he's
that'd be-
one of the abutters and he's been
Exactly.
copied on the email. So
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
very much,
Okay.
connected.
If you don't mind, reach out to
certainly
him.
give him a
That-
call. Yeah, definitely.
that would be great.
I'll do that, yeah.
I do also think it's worth a call to our attorney just to cover our bases.
That was something else I wanted to bring up. So I know we don't often use the New Hampshire Municipal Association, but they are
That is free legal advice.
free
yeah.
legal advice. I was wondering if we should try to go there first,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
rather than go to Spectrum.
Yeah,
Right.
so I think to reach out, well, no, Ken, does the town have to give Russ's name as the new chair to get legal, to be able to
Put
contact?
them on the list for.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think you have to ask Carol to let NHMA know
I
that,
believe I just signed one and I think it was updated today,
okay,
so it may already be updated. But of course, they don't have
that he's the chair.
and the vice chair.
Right.
Yeah,
Um,
so maybe just check with Carol.
Yeah, but it's simple enough. They either Carol or somebody has to just send up an email up there, says put you on our.
Approved list or
approved
whatever.
list, and then
Yeah.
You get to go back and forth.
Yeah.
And usually somebody answers you within the day.
Yeah,
They're pretty good about it, and they'll tell you whether they can't go into it or whether they can and what they know.
then the next step, then you go
then you go
to
to,
legal.
if they don't.
And then we pay.
Right,
Um,
Yep.
Okay,
Good
well,
idea.
so I guess that's it for the moment for the berry orchard. While I'm thinking of it, Kathy, do you have Kent and Randy's emails?
I have Randy's, I do have accounts.
Yeah, so Kent, you want to get that to Kathy? So we can get you on the email list?
And we have a Dropbox now too with all the files.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what I was trying to get in. but-
Yeah,
Does anyone know how to hook the Wi-Fi up from here on the laptop?
You can't get in.
I
Yeah,
can't.
Jim's pretty good at that stuff.
I'll kidnap you after.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So the other thing would be, who notifies, would it be Kathy that notifies Carol of the new chair, vice chair, secretary?
I certainly can.
You don't mind?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Kathy.
and the website, she'll update the website too.
Good. All right, so the only other thing we had on the agenda, and I'm gonna actually propose kicking the can on this one more meeting. Mainly because we have 2 new members now.
Sure.
And, you know, that way you'd be, because we've been wanting to talk about updating the rules of procedure.
Mhm.
And so we have them all here, but you guys haven't had a chance to look through them or anything.
I quickly looked at it.
Yeah, so I
I
mean,
was trying to remember if you were on when we did it the last
Yeah,
time.
I was.
Yeah,
It was good.
2022.
we did it in 2019, I think. last
2019.
time.
So unless you want to go through, but I there's no, I don't have a lot, I don't think we have a lot on the agenda for the next meeting.
Mhm.
And so, you don't think it? Yep, well, we'll
Send me some.
send you, so, yeah, yep. And then you can
Enjoy your
have, so
homework.
what it is basically we have our rules of procedure. And then Christine had found this, I guess it's a boilerplate from the state or the Office of Planning
Yeah,
and Development.
planning.
Office of Planning and Development. And so it's similar, but there's things in here that we could maybe use to add or change in our rules. I guess it would just, you know, do a little homework
Yeah.
and then come in and then we have a work session. Is that,
That sounds good.
you're
Yeah.
you're in charge.
And then we
You
get
think
that,
you can do it?
Yeah, what was that? The how to be a board member, that one for the planning board, those 2, they one for zoning board, one for planning board.
You mentioned them before.
Yeah, I can send that to,
These two.
Send that out.
Yeah, send that.
yeah, it's got all kinds of cool little
Yeah,
stuff in
it's
it.
good.
Yeah,
So we don't have, as far as this year, I mean, you know, we don't. I thought we had, the consensus was we'd take a little break. Because we've been working so hard for this hot grant stuff for the last, 4 or 5 years. It's been a lot of work and, so that we would just pick away and be here for any applicants to come in and any projects and pick and choose some things. I don't know. If you wanna, you guys as chair and vice chair, if you guys wanna pick up a master plan date that we can do, I mean, just to give a list of the ones we've done. last
Do,
few
I
years.
think I brought it with me,
I don't know, I think if you look at the master plan right now, you'll find that, there are some things that are pretty old in there still. For instance, I think it references the Temple Police Department in Temple still.
Oh,
That's how old it is.
yeah.
And then, you know, so there are some things in there.
Yeah.
That are pretty old.
so the driveway stuff, too, since we've been talking about that for like the last 4 years I've been here.
And we have our road agent on the
Yeah.
board now too, which will help. So as you know, we have the,
Ex-road agent.
yeah. So we have, the first 30 feet is enforceable at the moment. And, so prior to, what was it, 2014? Or 2010, when they adopted, you were on the board then. They adopted it, and then we, changed it 4, 5, 6 years ago to just be the first 30 feet. And then we just kicked the can for the last several years, because we wanted to, you know, update that and come up with what works for safety and.
It might be a good idea to do that, because the Berry site is gonna have lots of driveways.
Mhm.
If they
If we-
come back and present.
Yeah, potential for some.
Oh, they're not going away.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not, yeah. So anyway, yeah, you're right, that could maybe come back to the agenda.
They'll have a road agent question too.
So we had a list, I think, from our last meeting of things that we wanted to look at. So we'll have the flood stuff.
I think they're are they in the table part of the agenda? I've been trying to keep things down.
I didn't see it on this version. Oh, no, maybe it is at the very end, table business, it's on the back page. Clarifying the subdivision regulations. And we talked about making it easier for PRDs, because it was painful for our last one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Who was that? Was it Randy?
Randy?
That was, yes, you're right, that was the top of our.
Yeah.
How to make it streamline it, make it a little bit, you're using and easier for us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I frankly, being on this board for a year now, I'm still, I mean, even you still as the chair. So I'm
Yeah.
going to you for corporate knowledge and
Okay.
what's the next step, what's the next step?
I know.
What are we gonna do from here? We need that stuff documented.
Yeah, the rules
I
of
know.
procedure.
I know.
Rules of Procedure should be first.
Yeah.
Do that first and then jump on to the,
Other items.
yeah, well, so now with all this new PRD, everything just passed.
Mhm.
I mean, the chances of getting some more PRDs coming before us are pretty good. So we really, it's obviously pretty important.
Yeah.
I was thinking of making like a little cheat sheet, just like the abridged rules of procedures.
Right, well, there's the-
It's hard to remember everything as you're talking.
Oh, we do have that. That's
Flow
right.
chart, but this is more complicated probably than
Yeah.
it is.
You don't have to read anything, picture right there. so,
Yeah. Right, well, yeah, I mean.
Well, that's why I like a checklist,
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna talk about PRD.
That's
Here's a
like
checklist.
3 pages long, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah, Streamlining it.
Streamline, yeah, but
and then there was the other note about, the expiration in our zoning that's incorrect for all-purpose storage. This came up because we thought our zoning says 1 year and the RSA says 2 years.
So it's technically June, I guess, that it, the CPA, May or June, so it's coming up.
So it's coming up.
And if they don't do anything, then that'll expire and they'll have to go back to the CPA. to go through the process.
Right, and we have new site plan, regs, since their application, so.
I don't know what to do.
All-purpose.
I think they're exploring right now. Because they have
Yeah.
places all over that they're not expanding. So, and there's like 4 new developments of storage units in the area.
Competition.
It doesn't involve them. Yeah.
indoor storage sign that will, they was there
Exactly.
for a year, well over a year, and now that sign's gone.
And then the type of units they wanted to do, they were gonna have to require a sprinkler system.
Yeah.
So wells, and, that might have maybe changed their plan, you know. I don't
I
know.
haven't heard any, I met a couple times with them.
Okay,
So anyway, there is a list of stuff for the year, which, yeah. And then there could be some legislative changes. The one that I heard that is likely to pass at this point that would affect the zoning amendment would be the one that would remove the unnecessary hardship criteria for special exceptions. Or clarify it. It could be amended to be more specific.
Special exception.
Yeah, so that's a ZBA thing, but it is. And I'm keeping an eye on others, but mostly the ones that we were watching got filled, so.
and there was one other email I saw that from Carol about the Dougie guy, the Doug guy
Oh, yeah,
property that sold. And Russ Wilson is the new owner for the junkyard renewal.
yeah,
So my question was, I guess I didn't realize that was a planning board. I thought that would be a ZBA, but
It really isn't a planning board because they never went to the planning board. I can't find nothing from the planning board, but I get all kinds of stuff on ZBA.
mhm.
So I have copies of 2 decisions. There's no criteria, there's no nothing. So we have to refer him back to DES and make sure that and basically all it is he can renew the permit and we don't have to make him do anything. But we thought we would make him and the municipal association said it would be better if we did make him go to the ZBA and then to the planning board, but there's nothing the planning board had any requirements on that junkyard, the way it was done. So it's only gonna go before the ZBA, and then he'll be able to fill out his permit.
Yeah, so we might not be involved at all.
He might not be involved.
Yeah, I questioned that. I thought, why are we? Okay,
I think the issue was whether or not it was grandfathered, right? Was because it changed owners, wasn't that
You
the?
have changed owners, that's the second time it changed ownership, because it changed ownership from Dougie to Devin and Haley.
Oh, the
true.
family.
No, they did, and
Yeah.
they went back and forth between going to DES and going to town. And it came down to them, they just had they were able to, change the ownership to them,
Yes,
and they didn't have to do anything else.
Mm.
correct.
Yeah.
And we knew why it was going to them,
Yeah.
and they were both involved in it to
Yeah.
begin with.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we didn't see an issue there. New owner, knew
Yeah.
somebody in town.
I-
We just wanna make sure that he understands where we're coming from, what we're looking for on inspections, and where we're going.
Yeah.
For the future.
I would also have to recuse myself in that situation.
Yeah, because you're.
Yeah.
Wilson.
Correct.
It sounds like it should be pretty simple.
It should be very simple. I mean,
Correct.
I have a question for the lawyers, but, once I figure that out, then we're just gonna go before the ZBA. We're gonna touch on all the, DES requirements and state statutes going up. So it's documented that he was there, he understands.
Yep.
We'll make him sign off on a letter of decision, and then he can go and apply for his permit.
I believe he's gonna be a good steward for that problem.
I think he used to.
So the other thing was I supposed to, this Energy and Natural Resources Committee, Senator Kevin Avard had sent the letter out asking us to, I found this paperwork tonight and I thought, I think I was supposed to send this in. I don't know. It's,
When is this?
net metering, does that ring a bell?
Yeah,
The
that was, is that the letter that we just agreed to sign on for?
Yeah, I thought we,
There's an RSA. Yeah, we did this. Frank
Yeah.
Richter.
it's done.
It's
I
like,
believe we also select board to sign on to it.
Okay, so we don't have to do anything. We're good. So we can throw that away. Okay. All right, good. I don't have anything else.
The only one I haven't heard from, I think, is the Concom on that. Did you?
We
guys-
just, yeah, when we met last week, we also voted to sign it.
Okay.
And so we're doing the minutes tonight. So
Okay. You didn't let Frank Richter know though, right?
Not yet.
Okay. Those were the last things.
All right.
Just getting back to the berry thing real quick, because it's still kind of stuck in my thought.
Mhm.
Is it worth us reaching out, like you said, you're gonna reach out to Alec with Martin, I believe, but Hollis, and, you know, I'm sure we can fill up 4 or 5 subdivisions in southwestern New Hampshire and southern New Hampshire that are built in afterwards, it's not hard to find.
Right.
And ask for some guidance or see what they did. You know, what did Hollis do? Did they make them do the soil testing? Can we, you know, get that
Get a hold of their planning board.
Yeah,
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's best to start with Alec because he's worked a lot with that and I know him very well. I can find out about that. Yeah, good idea.
Start there.
That could be quick. That could be.
Get a couple other.
Quick and
You
easy.
might just know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I would think Hollis, of all towns,
Yeah,
Hollis
Hollis is what I'm
have to
thinking.
be
Yeah.
strict as complete, I would think.
Well, and it was all apple orchard.
It was
so-
So I remember driving by there, I had projects down that way years ago. And maybe it was a decade ago, but I remember it took many years for those apple trees to be extracted from there. It was methodical process. They took them a while. They had a lot of burns, big piles of burns, and the way they did it, they didn't just come in and just boom, cut the trees down and stop it. It was a method. It had to be because they took years to do it before there was houses there. So maybe that was what it was. They were trying to mitigate whatever, you know, the soil. They had to, you know, it's probably
Place.
yeah. Yeah. So.
yeah, well, I guess you're gonna talk to NHMA and see where that goes, but I'm wondering if we should send the gentleman that came from Fieldstone, just a copy of our minutes, just so they have something in writing from us that shows that we raised that concern.
Before they go in with logging trucks,
Yeah.
skidders and logging.
Was that in there? We said that this last minute?
The minutes from the last,
That would be February 17th.
2 meetings ago, right?
Yeah, we already finalized those, they're already.
I can't remember what they were, if
Yeah.
it said something about, hey,
yes, we definitely did, and it was a letter from the Concom as well. Which I don't remember. It had, if you had copies of the letters, I mean, it was attached to the minutes, but
And they're all in Dropbox, they're all
Yeah.
in that 317 or 217. folder.
Right.
So,
we definitely think we should let them know.
yeah, yeah. That's good, I mean, that's an easy thing to do, just,
Do they have any word of the developer for that? Or?
well, it was Fieldstone that presented, but I
Right.
don't know beyond that.
What?
Well, it's all frontage lots, so there wouldn't be a developer.
Well,
Right,
the developer
someone
could come and buy them.
A builder,
Yeah.
a builder, develop-
Yeah,
yeah.
builder, yeah.
I'm sure they've been approached by many.
Somebody, yeah.
That's, it's not a secret.
Well, you said Kenny.
I do know for a fact that they didn't reach out to the owner.
Yeah.
Well, prior to,
The subdivision.
but they're coming in here,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so it's been, the word's been out for
There
a
could be
long
some
time,
lots.
yeah, for a while, before that Fieldstone even came to us.
I just didn't know if it was like a developer saying, I'm gonna buy all the lots and do all the construction and sell houses, or if it's more like the owners selling lots to different
One by one,
developers.
yeah.
Or to end users.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't know, I guess we don't know that, yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, and I guess for our purposes, it's irrelevant, it's just about making sure it's
Well,
done properly.
If it was a developer, at least you could talk to them and say, hey,
That's what I.
Yeah.
here's one point that one person we could talk to, not like every guy that comes up from Connecticut and, New York to buy a lot and build their mansion.
Right,
So the webinars and training, the floodplain ordinance. That we probably should try to attend this on Zoom. It's during the day from noon to 1 on Thursday, March 26th. But it probably, anybody that can get that hour out of the middle of their day, that it might be a good one for everybody to sign
yeah,
up.
and
So
it is recorded, so if you can't participate live, you can watch it
you
later.
can watch it later, okay.
Okay, good. I'm gonna be in the Gulf of Mexico.
Ah, nice, nice.
Isn't that Gulf of America?
So when you,
No,
so at the moment, these guys didn't get the agenda, which would have, well, or is it in the Dropbox? To be able to get to the
The link to
register?
sign up?
If
Yes.
it's on the town website, you can pull up the agenda, which has the link inside of
In
it
it.
to the Dropbox that has all the files. in it.
Yeah,
But I'll also send you all, there's also a separate Dropbox folder just for members, and generally the two folders are exactly the same, it's just that I'll put source files in the member folder, whereas we don't put we just put the final PDFs in the public folder. But yeah, I'll send you all a link and a description so that you'll understand how Dropbox is set up, and you can play around with it. Find a lot of things there. We might do it on phone.
I do it on the phone.
yeah, that's on his phone all the time, looking at the
Very
minutes.
small.
Yeah.
It's like, my eyes are too bad and my fingers are too.
All right, well, I don't have anything else.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Ted?
Yes.
Yes, I vote yes.
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 Yes,
Yeah, meeting adjourned. All right,
so there's nothing else coming out.
no, next meeting would be, just be prepared to go over the rules and procedures.
Yep.
Yeah, can I be kidnapped for?
Yes.
So who's signing
This
this?
is our current.
I guess I can.
You two? Or you and Randy?
Me and Randy.
You and Randy have to sign the Mylar.
Not the other.
This is the state.
Yeah.
The new guys signed these Mylars. The one, Jim and I signed the Mylars down at the office.
Yeah, hold on a second. That was, oh, no, these are, they're approved tonight.
Yep.
So you weren't the chair.
Yep.
Good night, everybody.
There's the elastic
Matt.
for those.
I have
Yeah,
a really
for those.
question.
Go ahead, sir.
Just, you know, we got. I live on Rose Road. It's on the- Yeah.
For those, are you
Or that.
step from
Not
the?
bad.
You up and running.
Well, once I
To
get.
the-
first thing, my brother was in there.
Yeah.
Do you know where it is, or do you want me to send you the link so that you don't have to go searching around? for it?
Is it on the Dropbox? We post them off there all the time.
It's all, okay, perfect. It's all by that.
Oh, yeah,
I think it's bottom right. And, nope, no, not, so go left, and go left a little more. There you go, and.
Oh, right there.
And meeting for all.